America wasn't discovered. It was fought for, suffered for, and born in fire. And this was only the beginning. For thousands of years, this land pulsed with powerful native nations. The Iroquois Confederacy, the Pueblo cities, the mighty Powhatan Alliance. Millions of people with rich cultures, warriors, farmers, and kings who ruled vast territories long before any Europeans set foot here. Then, in 1492, Columbus crashed into the Caribbean. Europeans brought guns, steel, and deadly diseases. Smallpox ripped through native villages like wildfire. Entire societies were devastated. 1607, Jamestown, Virginia. England's first permanent colony was pure survival hell. Swamps, disease, and constant war with Chief Powhatan's fierce warriors. The settlers barely clung to life, saved only by tense alliances and tobacco crops. Out of that chaos rose one of the most legendary stories in early America. Young Matoaka, nicknamed Pocahontas, meaning Little Playful One, was the daughter of Chief Powhatan. The famous tale says she saved Captain John Smith from execution and fell in love with him. The truth was far more dramatic. She was only 10 to 12 years old. It was likely a political ritual, not romance. Later, during the brutal war, she was captured, converted to Christianity, renamed Rebecca, and married English tobacco planter John Rolfe. Their union was a real alliance that brought a fragile peace. She traveled to England, became a celebrity, met the king and queen, then died at just 20 or 21, far from home.
1620. The Pilgrims. 102 desperate souls fleeing religious persecution. They crammed onto the tiny Mayflower and sailed into the freezing unknown. Storms nearly killed them. Their first winter in Massachusetts was merciless. By spring, half were dead. Then came Squanto, a native man who had been kidnapped and enslaved in Europe. He taught the survivors how to plant corn and survive the wild land. Chief Massasoit formed a shaky alliance. That 1621 harvest feast became the legend of the first Thanksgiving, a moment of fragile hope between two worlds on the edge of war. More colonies exploded along the coast. Puritans in Massachusetts, Quakers in Pennsylvania, slave plantations in the South. Brutal wars tore across the frontier. King Philip's War in 1675 turned New England into a bloodbath. Native warriors attacked settlements. Colonists burned villages. Thousands died on both sides.
By the 1700s, 13 restless British colonies were thriving, but tension boiled. Britain taxed them heavily after the French and Indian War. Colonists shouted, "No taxation without representation." The Boston Tea Party, midnight rides, rebels ready to fight. Then, July 4th, 1776, Philadelphia. Thomas Jefferson's thunderous words, "All men are created equal. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." They signed their names knowing defeat meant death. This is the real origin story. Ancient native glory, desperate settlers, kidnapped girls turned legends, bloody battles, fragile love alliances, betrayal, survival, and unbreakable hunger for freedom. America wasn't discovered. It was fought for, suffered for, and born in fire. And this was only the beginning. And that's how a handful of bold dreamers went from desperate survivors on the edge of a wild continent to declaring their independence from the most powerful empire on Earth. This was only the beginning of the American story. If you felt the fire, the struggle, the courage, and the unbreakable hunger for freedom in this video, smash that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications because we're just getting started. Part 3 is coming. The revolution, the blood, the betrayals, and the birth of a nation. Drop a comment. What part of this story hit you the hardest? America wasn't handed to us. It was fought for. It was suffered for. And it was born in fire.
See you in the next chapter. God bless America.